Semyon Kaspé was young, handsome, dapper, talented, and full of joie de vivre. In the summer of 1933, the world was at his feet. A promising career as a concert pianist lay ahead of him. A recent graduate of the Paris Conservatory, he had pleased the French music critics, who had praised the vigor in his fingers and wrists and the frankness of pace and brashness in movement of his technique. In the few months since he had returned to Asia, he had performed to great acclaim in the bustling cities of Shanghai and Tokyo, and delighted audiences in his hometown of Harbin, a city with a robust music scene, with his interpretations of Mussorgsky and Chopin. And on the horizon, a rare opportunity beckoned, a concert tour of the United States. Semyon had grown up in privilege in Harbin, a major city in northeastern China, a region known to foreigners as Manchuria. His Russian-born father, Yosef, like many veterans of the Russo-Japanese War, had settled there in the first years of the century. A pillar of the local Jewish community, Yosef Kaspé had built several businesses there. The crown jewel of his holdings was the fashionable Hotel Moderne at 113 Kitaiskaya Street in the city's waterfront Pristan district. It included an opulent jewelry store that dealt in Fabergé eggs and other Russian valuables. He and his wife, Marie, had given Semyon and his brother, Vladimir, the best primary and secondary education the city had to offer. In 1926, their mother had packed the two boys up and taken them to Paris to complete their studies. Since his return in mid-1933, Semyon, 24, an eligible bachelor, had been the toast of the town. Although the bulk of Harbin's population was Chinese and Semyon had studied their language, he spent little time among them. His life was lived within the expatriate community, replete with its concerts, recitals, dinners, parties, and romance. And he had taken up with a young woman whose background was similar to his own. He had probably known Lydia Chernetskaya in childhood, as she was, like him, the child of a local Jewish businessman and a talented musician. 4 years older than he, she had also lived in Europe. But unlike him, Lydia, now Lydia Shapiro, was married, and she was already the mother of 4. However, she had recently left her husband, which had occasioned her return to her father's home in Harbin. But the Harbin of 1933 was not the city they had known in their youth. Much had changed since Lydia's departure in 1921 and Semyon's 5 years later. Whether Manchuria was even a part of China anymore was now very much in doubt. On a pretext, the Japanese army had seized control in 1931 and, after taking Harbin the following year, proclaimed the establishment of the Independent Republic of Manchukuo.